It is always important to be led by the Holy Spirit and to hear His voice. So many of you know Caden's story. And as a part of Caden's journey, he is only eating pureed food right now. Well, a lot of that is sometimes the TV dinners because of convenience, right? Never thought about the sodium intake or anything like that because I'm like, he's a little boy. His blood work and everything has been normal. One day, I was sitting praying and just, a part of my prayer is reveal any open doors, reveal anything that the enemy can use, right? And then it doesn't necessarily have to be sin. It just has to be an opportunity for him to enter in and cause chaos, havoc in your life. So I prayed that. The Holy Spirit said, look up what sodium does to a child. So I looked it up, and lo and behold, kidney failure, which he's already getting his kidneys checked once a year, which have been normal, thank the Lord, because that's associated with the genetic condition he was diagnosed with, heart failure and all these things. So the Holy Spirit blatantly said, you are illing your child with sodium. No more TV dinners. So, we were trying to get the healthy choice kind, blah, blah, blah. Because it's convenient, we have to puree everything. But when the Holy Spirit told me that was it, that was the last day, I told my husband, the Lord just revealed to me some things that I needed to look into. And as a result, he told me, don't feed him. We cannot feed him that anymore. So I have been meal prepping all of Caden's food, breakfast, lunch, dinner. I'm cooking it from scratch. I'm making meals. Thankfully, the TikTok aunties have been coming through with some really great recipes. And I've been meal prepping. So he'll eat the same thing lunch and then the same thing dinner. So 2 meals a day, 3 meals a day I'm making for Caden. But the important thing was I was able to hear the voice of the Lord and take heed. Mind you, I'm working full time. I still have private practice clients. And I'm doing all these things, but I'm being obedient. So sometimes obedience is inconvenience temporarily. Is it inconvenient to do what I need to do for my son? No, but time-wise, being tired and overwhelmed because I'm a working mother, that is what's the inconvenience. But I'm going to walk in obedience, and I'm going to trust God that he's going to miraculously do something with my time that I never thought that could happen before, right? But the key was I needed to be able to hear the voice of the Lord so that I can have instructions on how to proceed. Because right now it looks all good. But this was an open door for the enemy to use food as a way to cause my baby health conditions. So the Lord said, you were doing this, as in me, my husband, we were doing this to Caden. This is why it's important to have a personal relationship with Christ, because then you start to be sensitive to the voice of the Holy Spirit. When I tell you I hear the Holy Spirit speak to me like I'm speaking to you right now, he tells me things, he gives me instructions. And even if it doesn't make sense to me, which that made complete sense, right? But I just bypassed it because this is what was effective for Caden. Sometimes it doesn't make sense what he tells you, but we don't have to make sense of everything that the Lord tells us, because a lot of things will be above our level of understanding. No matter how intellectual you are naturally, how smart you are naturally, some things are wisdom from the Holy Spirit, and they only come by way of the Holy Spirit. So even if this was something I could have easily picked up and knew, because I understand sodium intake, I never applied it to my baby boy. But the Holy Spirit, in my prayer time, me asking him to reveal any and everything that the enemy can use, he showed me exactly what sodium would do to my son. And so now, what am I doing? I'm meal prepping his food for the week. Why? Because I am walking in obedience, even if it costs me my time. It actually costs less money. It just costs a lot more time. But I don't care. The Holy Spirit revealed something to me, and I'm going to walk in obedience, because walking in disobedience now gives the enemy a legal right to use what we are conveniently doing against us, because it's being done in disobedience. So do you see how tricky it is and how important it is to take heed when the Holy Spirit prompts you to do something? Why? Because your disobedience will open the door, and you don't want that. Don't allow disobedience to open the door to the enemy gaining access to your life. I pray that this blessed you, and I pray that you are sensitive to the voice of the Holy Spirit so you can be led in everything that you do. Be blessed.